Board of Education faculty, honored guests, parents, and students, welcome to the formal dedication of the Northern Hills Elementary School. At this time, I would ask you to rise, stand up, as the American Legion Code 336 presents the
Return post colors. Post. Step back. And salute.
The Cub Scout Pack 69 is going to lead us in the pledge. On February, punch up sheet. Thank you. Quick story for you, quick story. On February 18th, 2014, the School District of Onalaska reached out to the citizens of our community to find a solution to our facilities and our financial problems. Members of the community stepped up, many of them are here today, to serve on two different committees. One committee was the referendum task force that advised the school board as to what types of questions to go for referendum, and then we had a referendum information steering committee who was chaired by Tom Smith, who's here today. And it was our job, the Referendum Information Steering Committee, to go out and be very transparent with what our needs were in the community. And the result of that is this newly remodeled school that we're in today. So we're here to celebrate the work that all the individuals did that helped us get us here, but also to say thank you to the citizens of Onalaska. Our mission is to work together to ensure high levels of learning for all. Northern Hills Elementary School is going to be a key component in making sure everybody learns. And so today, we have a couple special people who are going to speak, and the first one is a member of our Board of Education. A Board of Education, boys and girls, is a group of people who oversee the schools. And we're fortunate to have board members here today and who also have children in our schools. Our next speaker is our Board of Education president. She's been on the board for 8 years, and she's been the board president for 3 years. Please help me welcome a well-respected Onalaska citizen, Ann Garrity.
Welcome. On behalf of myself, both current board members are here today and past board members. We want to thank you all for coming. And personally, I want to thank you for the honor of letting me speak here today. It was almost a year ago today, little more, that we were standing probably right here, breaking ground on this project. We were full of excitement and anticipation, barely able to comprehend what was going to happen here at Northern Hills. At that time, I shared with all of you that this building was very near and dear to my heart. This is the building where my kids started their educational careers here in Onalaska. It was in those walls of the old Northern Hills that many, many children learned to read and write, to solve math problems. They learned how to get along with their friends and how to talk with grown-ups. They discovered that learning is fun, and they learned that school, this school in particular, was full of a whole bunch of people who cared an awful lot about the kids who walked these halls every day. As Northern Hills has been transformed into this amazing learning environment that we're all in here today, the children of this community also learned another valuable lesson. They learned that a whole lot of people outside the walls of this building care an awful lot about them as well. They learned that the people in this community care, that they are learning, that you all are learning in an environment that best meets your needs and the needs of all your friends. They learned that this is a community that cares about its students, cares about its future, and cares about its schools, and are proud of its schools. You all learned that we live in a community that we can be very proud of. I want to again say thank you to everyone here for trusting and supporting our vision, for answering our calls for assistance over the last several years, whether it be on focus groups, committees, or completing a simple survey from your home. Thank you for all you do to support the children of Alaska. Without that support, none of this would be possible. And finally, thank you all for coming out to share in this celebration with us today. Congratulations to all of you on your new school.
My name is Kurt Reese. I'm the principal at Northern Hills Elementary, and I was glad to be able to come over here and be principal back in 2004, and happy to be here today. So I get to say thanks to a lot of people today. First of all, thank you, community. This is all the people who live in the school district of Onalaska for your support for the school district. Not only just for a successful funding referendum that we've had, but just the everyday support that you give to our schools and certainly our students. It's greatly appreciated. So thinking of the referendum, Tom Smith is here today. Tom's over here somewhere. He was the chairperson of our focus group for the referendum, and some other special folks I want to introduce. First of which is Dr. Claude Deck. Dr. Deck, let me grab something here real quick. When this school was built in 1972, so built before me, Dr. Deck is listed right up here, and he's sitting right over here. He's the superintendent here in Onalaska. So he helped this building first get built. Thank you, Dr. Deck. Other special guests here today, Representative Steve Doyle is here today, and Representative Billings, did you make it today? If not, we certainly appreciate Mayor Chilson is here, Joe Chilson. We greatly appreciate you being here. Staff members, thanks for being here today. Not that you really had a big choice, but I'm glad you're here. And then also some other folks I want to say thanks to. And can I get a couple student helpers here? Tegan and Ethan, you want to come up here? Come quick. All right, so I just want to say thank you, and I have some gifts for some of you. These are for some of our special guests. Jerry Schomburg, where are you at? Brian Guthrie, if you made it, come on up here. So Jerry's from Vantage Architects, did a lot of work for us. And as a thank you for our building, we're going to give you a t-shirt. Probably a few other things we're giving them too, right, Fran? Okay. There. And if you could show it off, Mr. Schomburg, the rest of you can see what it is. Northern Hill shirt. And would you also, could you take one for Brian too? All right, and then also could we get Tyler Schultz and Pat Pedretti, you want to come up here too? Mr. Schultz is the project manager. He works on a lot of things, but he makes sure things get done. And Pat Pedretti is our on-site foreman, so he really makes sure things get done here too. So Ethan, go ahead. We're still working on it, just like the building. So as soon as the school is done, we'll give this to you, but I just want to show it to you right now. Superintendent of Public Instruction in 2009 and was re-elected in 2013. He began his education career in 1976 just down the road in the Tomah School District, and he has served students, staff, and parents at every level in the past 39 years. Dr. Evers is an advocate for strong public schools that meet the needs of their community, and we're very honored to have him with us today. It's Boss's Day. We have the boss of all of education here at Northern Hills with us today, Dr. Tony Evers.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Principal Reese. First of all, I just have to say, let's have a shout out for Ms. Martin and those fifth graders. Weren't they great? It's great to be invited. I get to go to these occasionally throughout the school year, and this is a favorite one for me. As Principal Reese said, I started my career just down the road a piece, and so I'm really familiar with this part of the state. And I know how important community is in order to make things like this happen and have a beautiful facility. And as mentioned before, great recognition and shout outs for the Board of Education, the Referendum Task Force, the Referendum Information Steering Committee, and frankly, all the people that live and pay taxes in Alaska. They really have done a great job. Now, I am in charge of the schools across the state of Wisconsin, and I have to just talk a little bit from the state level. I'm really proud of the schools in Wisconsin. We do a lot of great things, highest graduation rates, we do really great in the ACT test, we do really great things in advanced placement. And those are all high school things, but you know, every single one of those high points for us start here in kindergarten and all throughout the grades. So all of our success that we have as a state is an entire system success, and all the teachers and principals across the state of Wisconsin, school board members, and of course, community members. We have a great state. Now let's just switch the look to Onalaska. Onalaska High School, 2015 Blue Ribbon School. How about that? And as you know, those high school kids, a lot of them started right here. That followed up on the Onalaska Middle School, winning that same recognition in 1997. Lots of open enrolled kids. It tells me that the people in this area value the schools in Onalaska. Very good report cards. Both the district and Northern Hills exceed expectations, and our state expectations are really darn high. The support of the Onalaska community and the great staff here has led to high proficiency in both reading and mathematics, and especially mathematics. You folks score above the state average every single year and far exceed it. And at the high school level, which a lot of these high school kids came from this school, 97% graduation rate. That's extraordinary. It's up almost 3% since 2010. So clearly, this is a school district and a school that values education. So one of the highlights of my job, and frankly the most favorite part of my job, is visiting schools across the state. And I especially like to attend school dedications, because first of all, everybody's happy. But second of all, the school board president talked about this a little bit too. It tells me about the character of a community. Passing a referendum takes great leadership, both from the school and community, and that's right in your mission statement here, talking about that kind of collaboration. It says it all. Onalaska working together to achieve high levels of learning for every single kid. And also, passing a referendum sends a really strong message for me. It says that you can work together as a community, and that, frankly, doesn't happen every place in the state. It says Onalaska is a vibrant community. It says that the adults in this community want to pass on Onalaska values to their children and the next generation. And it says they're willing to value the next generation. It costs money to do this kind of work, and to make that investment is just an extraordinary thing to say. Now, I'm sure you've heard during the referendum campaigns, past and present, that facilities don't matter. Well, these kids right here, they are actors on a global stage now. It's just not what happens in Onalaska or western Wisconsin. It happens all across the world. And having modern facilities helps them to compete. There's another old adage that says a good teacher can teach anywhere. Well, there's a growing body of research that strongly suggests that there's a direct correlation to the quality of the facility to how well students can achieve. And education today is delivered in a whole bunch of different ways. New tools, new techniques, technology, new teaching methods. This renovation will allow those types of innovation approaches to happen and to thrive. It's a great facility. I didn't get to see all of it. I'll see it later. We will have a new gym, remodeled library, more windows. And this is an aside. I was reading an article online about 2 nights ago, and it was a study that showed that there's a direct correlation between having natural light and how well students perform. So that kind of investment is well worth it. Kind of stage in your cafeteria, a great drop-off and safe drop-off for kids and parents. Another thing I really like about this is that it shows a value of music, art, and fine ed. Not everything in this state is judged by how well people do on reading tests and math tests. Actually, we do care about having students be socially and emotionally prepared, had the opportunity to experience music, art, and high ed. Good new playgrounds, great opportunities for the kids. The bottom line is public education and education in Onalaska is important for our democracy and a sound economy. And parents and community members here have made a great investment, and I believe it's a sacred trust to the next generation. So remember this, adults in the room, your gift that you've given these kids will live for generations, for kids for generations to come. It's a sacred trust, and thank you so much for what you've done. Have a great day and a great school year.
All right, we're wrapping things up here. Staff members, thank you so much. It hasn't just been the past year of construction and planning before that. I mean, many of you have been working for decades to do fantastic things for the students in your class and this community. And I greatly appreciate it, and I know every single kid and family appreciates the same thing. So we put a lot of, I like to say, love, sweat, and tears into this project. It's great to see it almost done. Students, you know why we're here today? We're here because of you. Everything that we do, all the work that we do, the building that we put together, all of it is for you guys because we care about you. We want you to be successful. We want you to learn. And we just want you to be great people in the world. So thank you for being here today. Just a reminder that for any of you who are here want to take a tour of the building afterward, you're absolutely fine to wander around. And if you have questions, any of our staff members or kids can likely answer those for you. And we have open house tonight from 5 to 7 and then tomorrow from 9 to noon, where the building is open for anyone who wants to come walk through and see the new school. As we retire the colors, would you please rise? And then that will conclude our program today.